I have you here because you make excellent lemon squares. He does.
That's true.
Pets should be called companion animals. Diana, you said you do think language plays a big role in how we treat animals. You should know that according to this journal, even animals itself is a term of abuse.
Well, I did say it was a little bit far-reaching, but it's really not about animals being offended. It's about how we use language to understand things better, and therefore, if you are going to be cruel to an animal, if you look at it as a companion, you might think twice.
What if
it's a companion? You know what that leads to?
But yeah, but what if you say to somebody you're an animal in bed? That's a compliment. Is the animal going to be offended?
Well, here's the other thing. Here's the other thing. I took a look at this journal, and considering they're obsessed with language, listen to this. They say, quote, "Unless we address the power of misdescription, we shall never be able to think straight, let alone see straight." How offensive to gays is that?
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, you know, if you're going to complain about language.
They're putting animals before gays.
Yeah. And lastly,
terrible.
Gregolog, Casey Anthony. Nick, you were asking where you draw the line for sort of getting rid of,
Yeah, I know you're going to jump on that.
No, I'm not jumping on you. For unconditional love sort of like going away. I think once your daughter falsely accuses you of sexually molesting her, the unconditional part is done.
I agree.
Yeah. Assuming it's a false accusation, of course.
Exactly.
Yep.
It is. I called him.
Oh, okay.
He's denying it.
I am done.
Are you really?
Yes.
All right, go away then. All right. So as you know, in our latest auction, for every push-up Bill does, Patrick Picard will pay an extra $20 to charity. So let's see if Bill has finally exhausted himself and also how much Picard finally owes. Wow, so how many was that? That was 10,000?
It was like 15.
No, I got... No, it said 10,000 up there.
Yes, I know.
He said 20 bucks. He said 20 bucks a push-up, so that's $200,000.
I'm no mathematician, but I believe it's about $4 million.
No, it's 200. The guy, yeah, you got 10,000. That's times 20 bucks. God, I can't believe I can't do math. This is what happens when you're stupid.
Yeah.
That's
200,000 times what?
It's $200,000. So this guy has got to pay $200,000 to Taps. That's fantastic.
You're welcome, Taps.
All right, coming up. What if you hate all white people except the ones who can throw a football? We discuss Professor Hill's new book, I Hate White People Unless They're Quarterbacks. But first, so what's going on here? Well, if you stick around, I'll tell you about it. But if you leave, I will hunt you down and kill you. He dressed inmates in pink and thinks illegals stink. But now Arizona law enforcer Joe Arpaio has arrested 3 of his own employees on drug and human trafficking charges. A county deputy and 2 detention officers not only harbored humans but heroin as well, playing a crucial role on moving the drugs and hiding the profits. Bonus, one of these cops, Marcelo Hernandez, is pregnant with fellow suspect and drug cartel leader Francisco Ars Torres's baby. So romantic. Says Sheriff Joe of his co-workers, quote, that a deputy sheriff would provide information and associate with drug and human traffickers is despicable. Let's go to tape of the sheriff's press conference. People who go to things. That's why that man is going to be our next president. Hey, let's discuss this, shall we? In our
lightning round. Lightning round.
Never gets old. Nick, if this guy, you're going to put him in as your write-in candidate for president, Joe Arpaio.
No way, he's way too liberal.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't go far enough.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. What do you want me to say here? The problem is demand. That's why drugs are coming over the border and the legals, right? And half the 70% of demand in this country is coming from where?
Yeah.
It's coming from where? Charlie Sheen's house. We killed him and the 2 girls that hang out with him.
Professor, doesn't he have kind of a point, though? It's drugs are the problem here, even when people who are fighting drugs are also taking drugs and selling drugs.
Drugs are probably, that's why I say, 1, we should legalize all drugs. And 2, we should get rid of all prisons. None of this would happen. I'm serious.
Get rid of all prisons.
I'm a prison abolitionist. I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. If we did both of those things, this wouldn't be a problem.
So where would all the... is there a special island we would put the killers and the rapists?
Here, Manhattan.
No, there's other Most are at this table, apparently. No, we should. There's things we could do to handle killers, child molesters, rapists. Some kind of secure confinement, but that's a very small number of people. Most people are in prison for
called
drugs.
Detroit.
Right.
Oh, the cheap shot at Detroit, sir. That also was racist.
I shouldn't think of a black attack.
Past tense.
Yeah, probably. No, but this is, I mean, really, if you got rid of all that stuff, now this is what happened. And the fact that you have law enforcement who are complicit in this is all the more reason why we can't trust the criminal justice system.
I agree. I do think the people who are in prison for drug offenses is just a waste of time, Diana. Is the drug war pointless?
No, I think that we need to actually continue our war against drugs. I mean, this is where really we have all our crime, and it's dirty cops. I just saw this on Law and Order. It was an old episode. And it's going to become a new one.
It's amazing how accurate. You know, Law and Order always predicts the news. Did you notice that?
Well, it's usually a couple days after the news happens.
Exactly. It's like a Law and Order is like a Jay Leno joke. It comes after, but it's still it's somehow predicting. Bill.
All goes back to those stupid time machines. They screw up everybody's day with this stuff.
Well, you know, I think the new Law and Order, which is TMU, which is the Time Machine Unit, which is coming out.
Excellent.
Yeah. Don't know what I'm talking about. A new study finds that for some reason white people believe they are victims of racism more than blacks. Love I'm doing this story. Researchers asked a nationwide sample of over 200 blacks and over 200 whites how much racial discrimination each group experienced since the 1950s. And they found that whites believe that anti-white bias has increased as anti-black bias has decreased. Dr. Hill, don't you agree that... what are you going to do?
I was refilling Bill's water. You guys told me I have to refill everybody's water at halftime. I'm sorry I'm running late, sir. I'm sorry.
I thought you were going to throw it at me.
No. Here you go, Bill. I'm sorry. Me with
Thank you. By the way, I did ask that you wear a white coat.
Yes, I know. Sorry.
You missed the spot.
I'm sorry.
Nicely played.
I get nervous here.
Nick, as a Klansman, what do you make of this?
First of all, don't say that. Even kiddingly, don't say that.
They wear those ugly outfits, right?
Exactly. Get the hood off and show your face like I am on National TV. What's the question?
I didn't have one. I didn't
He's waiting for you to say something racist. Just lock it up.
How can you argue that premise that whites experience more discrimination now? And if you don't believe me, just go ask the Hartford firefighters, the San Francisco firefighters. That's Don Imus, and 19,000 other cases I could bring up, but I don't want to be labeled a racist.
You think that's racist?
Yeah, I do.
He called a group of women nappy-headed hoes. And the racist part you think is him getting fired?
Yes, I do.
Are you
What happened
serious?
to free speech, man? What happened to big free speech? You were last segment, you were a proponent of free speech, Professor.
I'm still a proponent of free speech.
No, you're not. You just contradicted yourself.
I wanted to boycott his network. I didn't want him to get fired for saying he should be able to call anybody a nappy-headed hoe. But let's not pretend that's not racist.
So
you can call Bill that.
Nappy-headed hoe.
You can call Bill
He got
that.
fired for it. He shouldn't have.
I requested people.
Yeah, that's not
That's the
racist.
way it turned on anymore. Sorry.
Well, firing them's not racist, have you said?
That's not an issue of racism. It's the wrong approach to dealing with the problem.
Affirmative action is institutionalized racism.
Yes, it is. And you know who the biggest beneficiary of affirmative action are?
Chinese women.
No, rich white people whose parents went to
Is
school.
this the new theory?
Legacy.
Oh,
It's not a theory, it's a fact.
Oh,
You think Donald Trump's kids got in the pen because they were smart?
Here we go. No,
I mean, come on.
No white kids get into college because they were
So what I'm
smart.
saying is the biggest beneficiaries of affirmative action are legacies in schools.
Black firefighters
Black
and nurses
black
and
people do not have
doctors.
legacies because we were slaves. There's a whole.
How long are you going to hang your hat on that?
As long as I can. What are you talking about?
That's the point.
I see no 40 acres. I see no mule. He can continue hating his
I
house.
would do that too.
do you really
if
think
I
that-
was black, I would do that too. But blacks are never going to admit that the racism is equal. They hang the hat
That
on
is
that.
equal.
And
Are
then
you
they're going to
kidding
have to get behind their ability and capability. So you're going to hang your hat on that for the next 1,000 years.
Are you
and everybody knows that. White America agrees with me. Vote for me now. Me or Giuliani.
I think
who's up in
By the way,
polls,
if you want to get any of Nick DiPaolo's pamphlets, he sells them out the back of his truck.
Why am I racist and he's not?
You're not saying anything racist.
I love you.
You're saying everything racist.
All right. Time for another
You just
break.
got a nice suit. You're a professor.
Do we have to go to a break?
I know, we know. We can keep arguing. All right. Remember to check out the new Red Eye podcast. There's a new one every day. To catch them, go to foxnewsradio.com and click on Red Eye. You got to do this because we're like second behind Fox News in all podcasts, and we want to beat them. Tonight we talked about lots of stuff that I can't remember. Boy, that was a sell. So the other day on a New York City subway, this happened.
Steven, you're welcome to come through your time.
Show off. Bill, this must have been hard for you seeing Derek so soon after the breakup.
Ugh, and after I just done all those push-ups,
Yes.
I was ready to do some showing off and you had to go and ruin everything.
I know.
Let's just call this what it is: bored, unemployed people. It's not flash mobs; it's bored, unemployed.
Are we becoming a country, Nick, that celebrates show-offs? That seems to be the idea of a flash mob.
I don't mind if the person showing off is a chick with nice breasts. Why a guy in his panties? What has happened? Seriously, man.
You reflect like 50% of our audience right now who had to sit through that and going, why isn't this a hot chick? You speak for America.
And now yesterday, a girl filmed a guy masturbating with a cell phone in the subway. And
Yeah.
I've said this, if you see a beating taking place, put down the camera and help the guy. That's why I said this.
You're awful, man.
That's
Dr.
for charity.
Hill,
That's for charity.
I condemn what he said. Dr. Hill, if that ever happened on the subway and you were on the subway, wouldn't you pelt them with garbage?
I wouldn't be on a subway. First. Just to be clear about that.
My mistake.
There are poor people there. But no, I wouldn't. I think it's cool. Actually, I think it's really exciting to see people have fun, dance, get loose. You know, I mean, I wouldn't do it, but I don't mind watching people do it.
Really? On the subway? It would make me nervous. Falzone.
I'm more worried about the Mexican guys with the guitars that ask for money.
Yeah, that happens
That
a
makes
lot.
me
I actually,
You don't like them because they're Mexican. I just don't want them because they're asking for my money.
No, those guys I enjoy. They're giving something to the atmosphere.
Well, what do you call that? It's like down in a thong.
That's called disgusting. You can play guitar in public. That's fine. I don't want to see your ass in my
Guys
face.
are like the odd couple.
I
Cut it
pay
out.
$1.50 for my.
I'm telling you, there's a TV show that needs to be on at 5 o'clock on Fox.
Oh,
And it's-
absolutely.
and it's Nick and the Professor.
By the
I was
way,
thinking the professor and the racist. How's that? I like that.
I'm not a professor.
How did this happen? There is a show that's supposed to be out at 5 o'clock on Fox. It's called Red Eye with Great Guns Out. What are you doing?
No.
You're welcome, other shows.
I gave up on that.
Yeah, I
Not
know.
others first.
Nah, it was actually a joke.
So generous.
Did we get that last one? That was a doozy. I'm not a professor. I hope that's in.
Yeah, that's in. All right. Do I have time for
I
this?
shock myself with that.
Okay. So since he lost his job, a lot of people have been wondering, what the heck is Keith Olbermann up to?
What's Olby up to?
Well, like a lot of unemployed wanderers, the first thing to go in your life is your fashion sense. I'll give him another 2 weeks. He'll be wearing a cape over a golf bag with a hole in the back. Don't knock it till you tried it. This is what happens when you don't go to work every day. All right, we're going to close things out with the post-game wrap-up for TV's Andy Levy. To see clips of recent shows, go to foxnews.com/redeye. Back to TV's Andy Levy for the post-game wrap-up.
Thanks, Greg. Hey, Diana, where can single male and female soldiers go to get dating
They
advice?
can go to my daily advice column. I'm my wingman Diana.military.com. Thank you very much and happy Memorial Day.
Excellent. Hey, Nick, besides 1957, where can people catch your act?
Uppity Jew. The Improv, Fort Lauderdale, June 16th through 19th. If you vote Republican, come see me.
What did you say to me?
I didn't say anything.
Yeah. I'm not sure you want to go to Fort Lauderdale after saying that.
Yeah, actually, it's a good point.
They love me down there, Andy.
Yeah.
Your people love me.
Professor Hill, if you secretly love white people, don't be there. Excellent.
Yeah. It's gone.
He's disappeared.
I am done, Greg.
Aren't they? Isn't the professor really invisible when he's at Fox News?
Oh, that is so accurate.